After doing this in AutoCAD software to prepare the file to import it into Revit, then I type UN to get access to the drawing units, and then I set the unit to meters, and OK. Then in the next step, we should check our drawings if the specified unit is unified for the entire elements. For instance, we can select one of the walls here, for instance here, and then we consider that this wall is going to be at 20 centimeters thickness. We measure the distance like this way, not 18 centimeters, so we're working accurately. Anyway, it's okay. We got 18 centimeters wall thickness. Then we move on, and I want to, let's see, we don't have the dimension lines here. We get back to here again. However, here we got some grid lines, as you can see. By this way, 4 and C, I select distance, and then I specify the first point, B plus, and C, check it out. So the given dimensions here are okay based on the specified unit. Here we got a 7 centimeter wall thickness. Watch this. Not 0.07. But if the thickness was 700 or 70 or 7, it shows that the scale of the project is not accurate. So we have to revise it using scale tool, or we have to fix it with align tool or the align command. But how do we can fix this? Let me open one of the files here. Then I measure the distance, not 0.2. It is okay, the scale is okay. Then I make a copy out of it. I place it there, and then I scale it, for instance 1000 millimeters. Then if I measure it, check it out, it is 200. Okay, I mean the unit is turned to millimeters. And right now if we import this into Revit, we'll have some difficulties and problems. So how do we can fix it? We should scale it to minimize it or resize it, or it's better to use align. I mean, my recommendation is align. Firstly, I make sure that the thickness is 20 centimeters, since we're gonna consider firstly a reference to make sure that the thickness is 20 centimeters. Afterwards, we draw a line here, a straight line at the length of not 0.2. Watch this, since we're gonna resize the 200s to not 0.2. Align, then I select the entire drawing like this way. Check it out. And then I zoom in. I hold down shift and I deselect the line, and after that I select the point and then I move it to the another point. Afterwards, a line that is perpendicular to this, I move it to that point. As you can see, scale objects based on the alignment point. We click on yes. Right now, as you can see, we have aligned it and meanwhile scaled it as well. So this is a very quick and great way. So guys, don't forget to check the scale of your drawings in AutoCAD, and after that, as you remember, we deleted some of the redundant objects like the blocks, as you can see that they are not usable there. For instance, we deleted the dimension lines, we deleted the dimension styles or the text styles, and so many other elements that they must be deleted to optimize the file. After that, we can click on purge or PU enter. Then when purge is shown, I click on purge all items. Then I keep clicking on purge all till it is not available for me. I can watch this. Purge is not available for us, is disabled because all of them are purged. And the next step for optimizing the file, right now if I select this, watch this, we got 5,604 objects. Great. And it is common in AutoCAD to have duplicated lines. Okay. For instance, we may have offset the lines, that we got some duplicated elements, and duplicated lines are not considered as an error in AutoCAD. So we use overkill, or we can just type overkill for deleting the duplicated lines. We select the entire lines, watch this, pressing down enter. However, we can define a tolerance based on the color, layer, line type, and in order to ignore them. I just want to move on with the default settings, and then I click on OK. Afterward, as you can see, 456 duplicated lines have been deleted. Watch this, 5,170. So we had too many duplicated lines that must be deleted. These are referred to the tolerance and also the colors. Again, overkill. I select them, press down enter, and OK. We got no duplicated lines to delete them. So guys, don't forget to do this. This is very important to optimize your file. And I specify the units, purging the items. I overkilled the duplicated lines, and then I save the file as. I create a folder here. I name it plans. I open this folder, and then I assign a name for this file, which is the first plan, P-1 and double O, like this way. Check it out. Great. Then I save the file. Right now this file is saved. There are several points that I should mention them. For instance, about the X lines. And about the X lines, as I mentioned, they are infinite lines, as you can see, and they are being recognized in Revit as a proxy graphic. If I click on import or link CAD, and after that, let me paste the file location. We'll talk about the settings, but for now, I just want to tell you what is a proxy graphic. I set it to meters for the import units, and I set the auto for positioning open. Watch this, some elements were lost during import, ActiveX, and some proprietary components cannot be imported. Try exploding the file in AutoCAD or settings proxy graphics to 1. And as I mentioned, if you use the AutoCAD of architectural, mechanical, or if you have exported your file from Vectorworks, and also the general AutoCAD, as you can see, there are some elements like the X lines that they are infinite, that if we use them, so they are going to be recognized as a proxy graphic, as you can see. And as I mentioned, we have to set the proxy graphics to 1. As you can see, try explode the file in AutoCAD or setting the proxy graphics to 1. So I type proxy graphics. As you can see, it is already 1, and if I click on close, watch this, the file is imported. But we prefer to not be encountered with such a warning message. Anyway, after adjusting the position, you'd better to delete the X lines and then import the file again. Watch this. The warning message is not shown right now. And the next point, let me open the file in the 3D view. from the front view. Check it out. As you can see, there is a line that it is not aligned. Watch this. I mean, the lines of the plan are not aligned with each other. Watch this. So it may happen for many times that the Z coordination for the lines are not the same, that we will talk about it.